What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we've got another live fantasy football mock draft for you back on Yahoo with a 12-team half PPR mock where we'll be selecting 11th overall. So should be pretty interesting. And while we wait for this thing to kick off, a quick reminder, if you guys enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. Let us hear in the comments section. You agree, disagree with these picks along with your thoughts in general. Any other questions you guys might have, we will do our best to answer them all. But with that being said, let's get into it. The first pick has been made. It is Christian McCaffrey. That gets my, stamp of approval. I anticipate the next pick will probably be either Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson if I had to, put a wager on it. But let's see. Ooh, it is Austin Eckler. So this draft is actually taking shape in the way that I would do things. The top two picks actually being running back, which I firmly believe that that's the case that should be. Those top two guys, to me, running back is still king. So McCaffrey, Eckler, 1 and 2 overall. No issues there. Justin Jefferson goes 3rd overall. Okay, I can live with that. And then Travis Kelce, 4th overall. And boy, oh boy, the craziness has begun. Patrick Mahomes, 5th overall. Folks, look, I don't care whether you're the biggest Chiefs fan in the world. Don't take Patrick Mahomes in the first round. Don't take any quarterback in the first round. That is not the way you succeed in fantasy football. And who knows, maybe this person is just nuking this entire draft. We'll be able to tell, because if that's the case, then we probably won't make it too far in this mock draft. But as of right now, we have Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback, as a top 5 selection, which is the number one way to fail your drafts come August, come September. That's just not the way to do it. But look, it's our turn to draft, and I'm in a pretty good position right now. I have Cooper Kupp still available to me. Saquon Barkley is also still there. I think Cooper Kupp is the number 2 wide receiver. There's some concerns that Saquon Barkley might hold out. I've got Tony Pollard as a potential guy that I can take afterwards. So I feel good about this. I'm going to take Cooper Kupp first, and then we're going to go with, unless this is Saquon Barkley and Tony Pollard back-to-back, I'm going to go with one of those two guys. But let's look at the draft results so far. I got so hung up on the Patrick Mahomes selection just because it was such a god-awful pick. That I feel like I talked about that for an hour. But yeah, Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, 1st and 2nd, no issues there. Justin Jefferson, okay, I can live with that 3rd overall. Travis Kelce, a little bit too soon for me, but I mean, I get it. If you want the number 1 tight end, he ain't going to get back to you, so you pay the price. But here, we actually get very lucky. So we kind of predicted this correctly. The next 2 picks were wide receivers, Davante Adams, Tyreek Hill. So to me, that leaves Saquon Barkley. Assuming he doesn't hold out, I think this is a pretty good pick. Cooper Kupp, Saquon Barkley. We've done this kind of start in several other mock drafts that we've done. The difference is, here we're picking 11th overall. It's not a 10-team league. So I literally think I did not too long ago, depending on when this comes out, a 10-team mock draft where I was picking 10th overall. I started with Cooper Kupp and Saquon Barkley. And, this is a little bit different because, we had to pick them 11th and 14th overall. But again, let's see what made that possible. So obviously Patrick Mahomes going in the top 5 made that possible. So Travis Kelce also going in the top 4. Then Jonathan Taylor, or I should say Jamar Chase, went 6th overall. Jonathan Taylor followed by Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb getting some love lately in half PPR scoring. That makes sense. He'd be a little bit lower in full PPR scoring. CeeDee Lamb then actually jumps Cooper Kupp. I hadn't noticed that before, but I got to call it out because I don't agree with it. I think Cooper Kupp, again, should be right along Justin Jefferson, so I think we got one of the better values in the first round. Then Davante Adams. Look, as long as the quarterback situation doesn't implode for the Raiders, Davante Adams is going to be a great value pick, followed by Tyreek Hill. I just couldn't go back-to-back wide receivers here, folks. I need to get one solid running back, and I get it. Some people are concerned right now that Saquon Barkley is going to hold out, things like that, what he's hinting at. but that just doesn't pay off for running backs. I mean, you look at the guys that have kind of tried to do it, guys like Le'Veon Bell, guys like Melvin Gordon, it just don't work. If you're a running back, you got to maximize the value. You don't want to play on these one-year deals, but it's about $10 million bucks. So, your value drops a lot quickly in the NFL at running back. So I think right now it's a lot of just smoke and mirrors with Saquon Barkley. He's playing this year. So Cooper Kupp, Saquon Barkley for us. Then Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Stephon Diggs, Pollard, Breece Hall. So I said I was considering Tony Pollard with our second round selection if Barkley wasn't there. He goes a couple pick afterwards. So no issues with that selection. Breece Hall there. If Breece Hall comes back from that injury without any issues, that's a great selection. A.J. Brown, Travis Etienne, and another, what I believe is a god-awful pick, Josh Allen. But, I mean, it's not as bad as Patrick Mahomes because both these guys are Tier 1 quarterbacks, and Josh Allen went about, if I can do some math here, he went about 16 picks after Patrick Mahomes. So, Josh Allen was a bad pick at that value, but Patrick Mahomes was the worst. So, look, Jalen Hurts, Tier 1 quarterback, he goes in the third round. That's what I've been saying. To me, Tier 1 quarterbacks, if I was forced to, the earliest I would do it is the end of the third round. But, Jalen Hurts right now seems like a freaking steal compared to Mahomes and Josh Allen. Aaron Jones, Ramondre Stevenson. I'm not the biggest Aaron Jones fan this year, but that's just me. I just think without Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be tough sledding. Then Garrett Wilson, love that value. And boy, talk about some value. Amon-Ra St. Brown drops to almost the middle point of the third round. Probably one of the best value picks in this entire draft. And unfortunately, we've got some auto picks in here, so I think this thing is going to, turn pretty quickly in terms of the top value guys going off the board. So if I had to guess, we're going to see Waddle, Higgins, Devonta Smith, Chris Olave, Kenneth Walker, those guys being drafted next. So yeah, Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, pretty much like we predicted, or at least 2 out of the 3. Here, what I'm hoping for is Chris Olave makes it to us. I think that's going to be tough compared to, actually, we get lucky because Joe Burrow, are you kidding me, folks? Joe Burrow going at the end of the third round. That is bananas. That is insane. Chris Olave, welcome to the squad. I don't care if I'm building identical teams, but folks, this is, I couldn't think of a better first 3-round selections in terms of how I would hope this thing breaks for us. So I'm really happy with this at this point in time. Kenneth Walker is still there. TJ Hawkinson, I think I can get George Kittle, maybe. I think Joe Mixon is a good value pick at this point in time. I think Miles Sanders is a good pick. Let's see if I'm correct in what we've seen so far in Joe Mixon being undervalued here. I'm going to go with my boy Miles Sanders. I'm a big believer in him this year. So, early 4th round, to me, that's a decent value pick. Oh, so we're actually seeing something that I was curious about. I thought, I was thinking to myself, when are the next group of tight ends going to go? I knew TJ Hawkinson would go next, but George Kittle actually went before Hawkinson. And, I was wondering maybe he could fall to like the middle 5th round, something like that. But no, in fact, he goes with the first pick in the 4th round. Let's pull up the draft results here. And actually, no, excuse me, not the first pick in the 4th round, with the 4th pick in the 4th round, but still, early 4th round is the takeaway. Typically, he's been going like in the 5th round. But yeah, Joe Burrow, yikes, almost in the middle of the 3rd round. That's insane. Okay, that's what happens. That's why we were able to get some of these incredible value picks. Again, if we're given a draft grade for the first 3 rounds, I think we get an A grade. I really, really do. Then you could debate the 4th round. Maybe we should have gone to Keenan Allen. Maybe we should have got a Joe Mixon, et cetera, or a Hawk or a Kittle. But I think Miles Sanders is a good pick there. I've gone into depth about why I believe in him. The Panthers paid him. He's the best running back on that roster. He's a versatile guy. He can catch the football, good offensive line, et cetera, et cetera. So I like Miles Sanders there. We've got 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers in the first 4 rounds. So pretty balanced here. Let's see what goes on after this point. This fourth round has been full of a ton of running backs. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 running backs in the fourth round. Keenan Allen goes at the end of the fourth round, tremendous value. DeAndre Hopkins, we can actually kind of finally talk about this. Going to the Titans, a end of the fourth round pick. I think it's an awful pick. The Titans are a better landing spot than the Patriots, but I do think DeAndre Hopkins' best days are behind him. I'm going to be out on him this season unless it's at an insane value. Lamar Jackson goes at the start of the fifth round. I mean, again, compared to these other guys, compared to Mahomes, even Allen, Burrow, like Lamar Jackson is an insane value right now, just the way this quarterback selection process has gone. Hell, I mean, we might get Justin Fields the way this is going because these next couple of teams ain't drafting quarterbacks. There goes Joe Mixon. Calvin Ridley also went. So, Calvin Ridley was up for consideration in the fourth round as well, but I felt pretty good with Cooper Kupp and Chris Olave. So I like that start for us. We've got 6 picks until our selection. And right now, the guys that I would be looking at, DJ Moore, James Conner, Justin Fields, let's see, kind of Kyle Pitts. And I think those are the top names. We actually get sniped on a lot of those names. We got sniped on Kamara, Connor, Justin Fields. That's all right. I like Kyle Pitts. Let's see if this guy here behind us drafted a tight end. They did not. I think Kyle Pitts is by far, in a way, the highest upside tight end. Or I guess we could wait and see what happens. But I like having our selection of tight end. So let's go tight end first. We're going to go with Kyle Pitts. So we go with Kyle Pitts first, high upside guy. And then wide receiver here, I'm all right taking guys like a, Marquise Brown potentially, guys like a Brendan Ayuk. So a lot of possibilities out there. Quarterback, let's see what we got left at quarterback. Lawrence and Herbert still there. So I think right now I can finally take a quarterback. Question is, who do I want to go with? For me, Justin Herbert, I have him ranked a little bit higher than Trevor Lawrence. So I'm finally going to pull the trigger on a quarterback probably. Actually, no. You know what? Let's just go value, folks. Let's go freaking value. I'm going Marquise Brown. I think he's a tremendous value at this point in time. And, everyone else can do whatever the hell they want. But, I know the top quarterbacks are going to go because there's a lot of auto picks at this point in time. We're still going to be able to get a good quarterback. Don't worry. We're going to round out the roster. We're going to make it look nice. And I think these first, 6 rounds have actually gone pretty well. And I'm happy with it. We got a high upside tight end in Kyle Pitts. Didn't have to pay up a 3rd or 4th round pick for him. I think we got a really good value on Marquise Brown. I've already told you what I thought about our first 3 selections in Kupp, Olave, and Barkley. Again, the 6th round, this was really the only place where I was considering taking a quarterback. Again, Herbert and Trevor Lawrence compared to freaking all these other quarterbacks that have gone, the best values. And this is why I say for the quarterback position, just wait until the 6th round, folks. Don't burn a 2nd or 3rd round selection like some other, I don't know what else to say, just idiots drafting these guys in the 2nd round. God forbid in the 1st round. Just take Herbert, take Lawrence in the 6th round, or whoever's left, Justin Fields if he's there, even better. So right now, we can potentially end up with freaking, Deshaun Watson, I think, at quarterback if he's there. So let's see what happens. I'm probably going to make these last 2 picks and kind of round this thing out. It's our turn to make a selection. This guy. Okay, well, I was about to say this thing has gone pretty normal, but I just realized what one of these guys did, and that is select a... I'm going to point it out in a little bit here. Let me draft Rachaad White, and then let's look at our quarterbacks. Wow, okay. So we have... this is ridiculous. This mock draft is just... I don't even know if I want to release this mock draft at this point in time, because let's just draft Deshaun Watson. Let's draft the upside. And then the reason why I was confused because the person drafting last overall, I think they weren't an auto pick, but Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, Tyler Lockett, Christian Kirk, Christian Watson, Michael Pittman, George. They don't have a single non-wide receiver position. So, yeah, that's a little bit iffy. I mean, to be fair, like Adams, Tyreek, Amari Cooper, they went where they should be drafted. And then afterwards, it kind of just fell off, like Lockett, Christian Kirk. That's pretty insane. I mean, Watson and Pittman, I guess, sure, in terms of where they're being drafted. But in terms of roster construction, just do not pay attention to that. Overall, I think our roster, we did a good job. I think a lot of interesting things happened here. So I'm probably going to still put this mock draft out because I found it pretty entertaining. Hopefully you guys find it entertaining and somewhat, useful as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. But in the meantime, we'll see you guys in future videos.